Hi, welcome to KiwaniTalk. My name is Gary Gardner. I'm your host for this episode, which is part of the longest running cable access television program in Dearborn, in Michigan, United States, and the entire planet Earth, because we've been doing it for over 27 years. Welcome to KiwaniTalk. Today we are not at our normal facility at Dearborn High School, the fabulous facilities. They're down for the summer. They're doing some administrative changes, but we'll be back there as soon as we can in the fall. But today we are at the Administrative Center from the City of Dearborn, so thank you very much to the city for allowing us to come here. And we're talking about Dearborn things with someone who knows Dearborn things, all things Dearborn, Dearborn Heights. We have the president, La Presidenta, of the Dearborn Area Chamber of Commerce, Jackie Lovejoy. Jackie, welcome to the program.
Gary, thanks for having me. Delighted to be here.
It's good to have you back. And you told me something before we started, that you've been the president of the Dearborn Area Chamber for
5 years now.
But the Dearborn Chamber merged how many years ago with Dearborn Heights?
I'm going to say 7 years ago, before I came on board.
That has really been a change. And why would they do that? Why would the two chambers merge? A little bit of history for us.
Well, you know, it happened before I came on board, but to my understanding, it really was a great marriage, largely of big business and small business. We are unusual now in the land of chamber, and it made us a regional chamber. We're one of the 50 largest chambers in the state. We're invited to the CEO roundtable that the Michigan Chamber puts on every year for chamber presidents. And it makes us unusual that we're about a 50-50 mix between big business, corporate anchors, and smaller business. And you can classify smaller business as everybody from a shoe shine shop to Les Stanford, because they're not Ford.
Right.
So you have a huge range of different size businesses, but it really makes up a great fabric of our membership.
And I suppose that really helps the membership people, because you need some expertise from your one-man band like myself, or medium-sized business, or you have that dynamic dynamo of Ford Motor Company too.
It really is fantastic. I tell my board members, I tell all my members. So a lot of people think we're a branch of city government, and the city is a wonderful chamber member, but actually most chambers are private nonprofit membership organizations, like the Scouts, like a lot of different associations, and we are a group of business people that get together and want to do business and improve the community. And we're very lucky, because the other thing that's unusual about our chamber is our higher ed institutions. Everyone, Henry Ford College, U of M Dearborn, Davenport University, Central Michigan University, and I know I'm omitting, we have a huge amount of higher ed. Dearborn Public Schools, Crestwood, Dearborn Heights, they're all great chamber members. So that really, nobody ever thinks of education as an industry, but it truly is. They need accountants. Besides the counselors and the teachers, they need all the backstory that make a business run. So it's a great, we have a great fabric of all of our members.
And so as a part of a chamber organization, I kind of know what we want our listeners to know.
Sure.
What in the world is a Chamber of Commerce? Commerce.
Commerce, exactly.
Okay.
You
Yeah.
answered your own question, Gary.
Yeah.
So a variety of things. And every chamber, I kind of joke a little bit like an AA group, has their own flavor. So we're known, the Detroit Regional Chamber is a wonderful chamber member of ours. We have 39 events a year. 18 are complimentary to our members, usually on average. We have only 4 major fundraisers in our dues, and we seek to do a lot of pass-through, a lot of education, a lot of events, and I like to say we bring your demographic to your door. So whether it's the Dearborn Board of Realtors seeking to reach homeowners, school children, if you're selling cars, if you're selling fleet sales, or you're selling to homeowners, we try to bring your demographic to your door, and we bring people together. I tell my chamber board and my members, what happens at the chamber stays at the chamber, but this is your corporate board table. So if you run into something you haven't hit before, call me, we can connect you with some experts. And if you're a conglomerate like Coca-Cola and you want to do a test market, I'd say sign a confidentiality agreement, but the chamber's a great place to test out new Coke before you throw away the recipe for old Coke, classic Coke.
So it's more than just a networking sort of association, and you talked about some educational things too, and you have resources beyond just the, hey, I need to talk to someone about this. Talk about the educational resources that are available through the Dearborn area.
Well, we've done all sorts of things. We've done social media lunches. We've had Constant Contact and Google come in and do how to better utilize those platforms, how to improve your marketing reach.
And for those of you who don't know what Constant Contact is, who use email, you better find out, because that's a big part
Welcome
of
to the century.
Right.
That's right. We do meet the candidates, and so that's coming up on July 26th, and we're doing it on the Monroe Street Stroll. So everybody who's up for election can come out and meet the public, meet everybody in the chamber, get a feel for what they are on the issues. You can check out our public policy page. I have all the facts about the tariffs, what the impacts will be, all the non-inflammatory information that you need.
And there's some things that you don't do anymore that still carry on, like the farm market.
Well, you know, we still lend our hearts and labor to it, but you're right. That was something that's a labor of love. There's only 4 of us on staff, and the DDA had a bigger pool of volunteers and resources.
And there's an acronym, DDA.
Yes, Downtown Development Authority, and we're very lucky. We have 2 in Dearborn, and they really are responsible for specific footprints in economic development. So it's a tax capture that's been in place. It's not a new tax. And what it does is it does the street pole banners, displays, planters, flowers, snow removal in the districts to keep it walkable and accessible for everybody. It's a fantastic thing that keeps us shoppable and vibrant as downtowns.
But this Inside Baseball farm market, talk about what that was and still is.
Well, farm market's fantastic. So with the DDA's help, because we're a chamber and we are on the go many days, 9 to 9, 8 to 9. It's a long day. So the farm market, due to public response, we changed the hours to 2 to 7. And so with their help, that makes it more of an afternoon market. It's moved across the street in between Bar Louie and Moose's Martini.
And for people who in the 41 other cities beside Dearborn that
Sure.
watch this, it's on
Michigan Avenue, long range between the Southfield Freeway and Telegraph, but just off the corner of Michigan and Mason, not too far, Michigan and Military, we're right in between there.
right in downtown West Dearborn.
Right. If you can picture the parking decks, if everyone knows where the parking decks are, the market spills out of that area and up to the plaza.
And so, and what kind of, when it was started by the chamber,
10 years ago.
now, see, you're going back
I
in
do know
ancient,
that, yeah.
ancient history now. It was, and people think of a farm market as produce, but there's much, much more than just farm produce there.
Well, sure. There's woodworking, there's candles, there's lotions and potions, there's crocheting, there's public service tents, there's a whole variety. There's music, there's entertainment, there's just all kinds of things.
So it's like you were the progenitor of it. It grew, and you've passed it on now to the next torchbearer to take care of it for you.
Right, and we are always happy to help. A great thing that a lot of people don't realize is farm markets are fantastic incubators. So if you think of some of our farm market vendors, Scotty O'Hottie Hot Sauce will come out, sell their hot sauce, sample it out. They went from local markets like Westbourne and other people, Mr. Hiller, helping them out.
Right.
Those sorts of things. They're now nationwide in Kroger. What a great incubator to get legs under your business. Brightly Twisted, the tie-dye company, started off in the farmer's market. Actually, I believe Greg met his wife, Tammy, if I'm remembering correctly.
More inside baseball, but that's
Yes, yes. And they have expanded, and they have resort wear now, and they're in boutiques across the country. Marcia's Pickles has come out and tasted it. It's a great incubator. So anybody who has a small business or a small food product, it's a great place to see what the market will bear.
Okay, so now people are saying, this is great. How do I find out about this? It's not part of
You still call the chamber, though.
Okay, and the chamber's number
is 313-584-6100. I'm sure it's appearing magically below us.
Well, through the magic of technology,
Yes.
it'll be here. And besides the old style technology of the telephone, there's a website too.
Yeah, the chamber, DearbornAreaChamber.org. You can check us.
DearbornAreaChamber.org. Right?
Yep, DearbornAreaChamber.org. You can check that out too.
So because of the incredibly fast-paced conversation we're having here, people are taking notes. They're saying,
We can have this appear magically.
magically, but also all the information that you need about the Dearborn Area Chamber will be there too. Pop-ups. Were you guys involved with the pop-ups, pop-up businesses?
We helped. We assisted. So Made Metro, Stacy called the chamber one day, and she said, I've got this great idea. I want to pull together Michigan-made products. I want to talk to different landlords on Michigan Avenue. I want to try and do this in time for the holidays. And talk about focus, fortitude, and follow through. She had it all. And I was, okay, well, I can put you in touch with Christina Shepard-Decius at the DDA, Downtown Development Authority. I know some of the landlords. And boy, she had focus because she had products from the Henry Ford gift shop. She had displays from Nichols Ski Shop. She had Common Grace coffee for sale. our tea-troiter, who started in the farmer's market, who now has her teas around Metro Detroit. She started off as a social worker, another great incubator, was selling tea-troiter tea. She had art, she had the seatbelt purses, she had all kinds of gifts from the Henry Ford Museum, and everyone did it on a consignment basis. And what a beautiful shop. She staged, and I think she was there from November through March.
I'm picking up on what
Sure.
you said. Someone wanted to do this. They called the chamber. The chamber is sort of the focal point or distribution
I'm
point.
kind of the hub of information.
The hub, the universal knowledge of all things Dearborn.
Of all things Dearborn. I'm a little bit like Cliff Clavin from Cheers. You know,
Right,
I
right.
might not know exactly, but I'll find somebody who does have the answer.
Or Cliff like making
Yeah.
up too.
I don't make up a lot. I get in trouble doing that.
So those are all the great things. So we have how many businesses are part of large, small, and intermediate part of the Dearborn Area Chamber now?
We're about a 50-50 split. If you're going to do it down the middle, I haven't segmented it out between like mid-size corporate anchors and small business. We're
Right.
about a 50-50 split. We're just under 600 members.
And you don't, you as a single business person like myself, wouldn't pay the same rate as Ford Motor Company.
You would not.
Okay, and so there's this graduated scale depending on that, and that's
Exactly.
all available on the chamber's website. So we can get it.
Exactly.
And you have mandatory meetings or no? Because I hate clubs.
No, there's
with
no mandatory. My
Okay,
board
good.
has a meeting.
Okay,
But
I'm not on that board.
You're
so
not
yeah.
on that board. No, the chamber's there, much like a gym or a buffet. You can come and eat nothing, but you might starve. You got to come every so often. Have a little breakfast, have a little dessert the next day. Come to the gym. You don't have to come every day. Same sort of analogy. There's enough on our calendar. We have Chamber Connect, where we have one of every industry come together the first and third Tuesday mornings of the month, and they pass about $1,000 in business and leads amongst each other every month. So we have that kind of networking group. We have eye openers and after hours that are complimentary to our membership, and we have one every 5-6 weeks, just so we don't burn everyone out.
Right.
We get by on our 4 major fundraisers. We have Chamber Choice, which is our annual meeting and awards luncheon, plus our expo, which sells out every year. We have about 400 people at that particular event. We have Taste of Dearborn that just happened in June, and that was 1,300 people. Our golf outing, and then our holiday gala. So we have. So those are big things that help sustain us and keep the lights on, so to speak. Our sponsors come to the table and they help us put on great events, like we'll talk about in a minute.
So no business too big, no business too small. Dearborn Chamber does it all.
I have to tell, yes, and I sat on chamber boards before I came to work for this chamber, and all wonderful people. But I came to Dearborn and everybody welcomed me. It's a non-cliquey group. You're a stranger only once. My chamber staff, they're all wonderful because we're your wingman. You come to an event once and you're only a stranger once. We introduce you to our ambassador group. There's really a variety of things you can be involved in.
And the physical location for the Dearborn Area Chamber, for those who are really old-fashioned, want to walk to the place, besides using the phone number, which again is?
313-584-6100.
Or the website.
DearbornAreaChamber.org.
They can actually come in and physically see your place. And where
They
is it?
can physically come in. We're housed in the Bryant Library at the corner of Michigan and Mason at 22100 Michigan Avenue. We're the lower level. I recommend you come in the back door for ease because parking is behind the building as well. Right next door to Buddy's Pizza if you need a landmark.
Okay. Well, we're going to take a short break. I'm going to catch my breath from this energy that's coming through here from Jackie Lovejoy,
You should see me when I'm awake. Holy
president
cow.
of the Dearborn Area Chamber. But we've got some words here put together by some of the students from Dearborn talking about Kiwanis. And we're going to talk about some more of the specific events that are coming up for the Dearborn Area Chamber with the Presidente, Jackie Lovejoy. Don't go away.
Who is a kid? Well, that's a kid. And another. Look, a gaggle of them. Or is it a herd? Litter? Pride. But what about her? Tell her she's not a kid. Or him. So how do we tell who is a kid? Height? Age, maybe. But some of us have to grow up faster than others. A kid. A kid wants to make the world better. And one day, he just might. Is a kid fearless? Vulnerable? Strong? Nervous? Yes, Yes. 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 Kiwanis is 600,000 kids at heart doing all the little and big things it takes to help children around the world. Because kids need Kiwanis. All of them.
Welcome back to KiwaniTalk. I'm your host, Gary Gardner. Episode of KiwaniTalk, again, the longest running cable access television program in the world. I want to give thanks to Frank Bewick, who was the creator of our program 27 years ago. We've been continuously putting the show together, many iterations, and today, as you can tell, we're not at our normal facilities at WDHS. We're at the City of Dearborn's Administrative Center, and thank you again to the city and the mayor for letting us come here. But more importantly, we have Jackie Lovejoy from the Dearborn Area Chamber of Commerce. And I'm going to start talking as fast as you do, Jackie, because we got a lot to talk about for the rest of the program. There's special events. Homecoming in Dearborn is a major deal.
It is.
And it's not just a little, it is a major, great fireworks. People come from all over the place. High school reunions. Don't have to be from Dearborn to come. But the Chamber's got some big things. What are the things the Chamber's doing for homecoming this year? What's the first one?
Okay, so Renee was already on the show, and we have something called Special All-Stars Day that starts off from 9 until noon, Friday, August 3rd, kicks off homecoming. And homecoming is a great name, but it kind of doesn't always give away everything that goes on. We have rides, we have fireworks every night. We get about 20,000 people every day. Almost 100,000 people over the course of the weekend. So it's a fantastic carnival, festival, Italian tent, all kinds of food. So it's a great, it's a first weekend in August always.
And a lot of the local charities use the opportunity to raise money for their clubs and organizations. So the Italian club is not just the firefighters are there, there's different club organizations. A lot of that money goes right back into the community.
Exactly. That's what makes it really wonderful. And everyone's there to have a good time. So Special All-Stars, people with special needs, kids and adults, their caretakers can come and enjoy the park by themselves. And we take registration for that, and as we've said at the Chamber website, or give the Chamber a call. But that's completely complimentary to those folks.
Okay, what are the qualifications for getting access to the Special All-Stars?
We don't qualify.
So anybody who wants to come?
Anybody with a special need. We have children that come in hospital beds. We have kids that come in wheelchairs. We have folks with all levels of abilities and disabilities, and we welcome them all. We have a dance party. We have face painting. Certain rides are open for them. We have, what do they call the beanbag toss game?
Cornhole.
Cornhole. They have cornhole. We have princesses. Little Caesars is a great sponsor for us. Village Ford is a wonderful sponsor for us. We have snacks, we have food, Yogurtopia. It goes on and on. So that's a great morning.
And we've talked about this wonderful thing. Where is the homecoming at for the 41 cities that don't live in Dearborn?
It is not downtown Detroit.
It's
at Ford Field Park on Cherry Hill in Dearborn.
Okay, and again, geographically, if the geographically challenged people.
Between Brady and Mason, between Michigan Avenue and Cherry Hill.
And a bigger spot, if you get Michigan Avenue between Telegraph.
Southfield and Telegraph.
Right, it's there, a little bit north.
Follow the crowd.
Follow the crowd, look for the people.
Exactly.
And there's plenty of parking, and there's shuttles from Dearborn High School too to get you over there and back.
I don't know about for Special All-Stars Days. Usually people drive down and
for
attend.
the bigger part.
For the bigger park, you're correct.
So how many special needs participants do you have that come
We get
up
about
to?
500 every year, and it's open to all of Metro Detroit.
And so people who are interested in this?
Check out the Chamber website, check out the Chamber phone number. We need you to register so we know how many are coming, but there's all kinds of goodies. But then we carry on that day, too.
Okay, what happens?
Well, that evening at 4 o'clock, we start lining up for, and I wish I could tell you how many years it's been going on, Cruise in Dearborn, our car cruise. And it's a classic car cruise. We have room for 125 cars.
Again, this is what day?
Friday, August 3rd.
Friday, August 3rd, 2018.
This year, yes, 2018. Right. And we start line up in front of the police station right here off of the Southfield Freeway and Michigan Avenue. We have an open hood display. All of our cruisers line up. You'll see me with a checkered flag. We get everyone lined up. At 7 o'clock, we take off, and we have room for 50 classic motorcycles this year.
Okay, so if you want to register for your either classic vehicle or whatever you,
Classic motorcycle.
your classic vehicle, what is the restrictions on classic vehicles?
Oh, you would ask me that. And
Would my
I
70,
think your car has to be
71 Pinto or
Yeah, I've had that show up. Yes, I have. And
Okay.
Pacers. And,
Right, okay.
But I have some incredible trucks and, 1930 Studebakers. I mean, that might not be the right year, but we have everything.
So they actually cruise physically from Dearborn Police Station. That's on Michigan Avenue, just east of the Southfield Freeway.
Thank you, yes.
And you'll be able, right across from Ford World Headquarters.
You're exactly right.
And so you'll be able to see, but when you
And
get
the
there.
police assist us with that. That's wonderful. We pull out, we go down Michigan Avenue, you come through the neighborhoods, we park the cars on Ford Field Park off of Cherry Hill
Right.
in Dearborn. And there's open hood here at the police station, and we have judges walk around, and we pick out a best in show, and it really is fantastic.
But the motorcycles is brand new this year.
It is brand new this year. So
Do we have room for people to register?
Oh, we do. I have room for, I only have a couple of motorcycles. We have 48 spots for motorcycles. So if you have a classic ride of any kind, if you have an Indian, Harley, any of those classic Yamahas, come on down.
Old Bugattis or whatever.
There, you know more than I do,
That's I've just exhausted my
Our knowledge of
motorcycles. Thank you. But the people out there who know what they are, who have them,
spread the word.
want to show them off at a great event, and it's like, so how do they have an open hood for motorcycles? I don't understand.
Well, I don't
There's
know.
no hood. Yeah.
Well, the cars will have open hood.
The cars will have open hoods, and then those are available for people who are not owners of the cars. They can come down and look at the cars.
And it's open to the public. Come down and look at the cars. They are spectacular. Look through some of my old Facebook photos on the Chamber website, or Chamber Facebook, Dearborn Area Chamber. We just have some spectacular photos of the cars.
Okay, so we've covered the special
All-Stars.
All-Stars. We've covered the
Cruise
car
in Dearborn. Oh, and Cruise in Dearborn is $25, and it gives you a $5 coupon at the food for the food in Ford Field.
So you get to be part of it, and they get to
eat.
And whatever else you have to do. What else is going on with the chamber down there?
Well, okay, so that's homecoming weekend, and we are busy and crazy, and it's super fun. But then the following Tuesday is National Night Out, August 7th, and it's also Election Day. So National Night Out, the city of Dearborn has a fantastic event already. So we're an area chamber. So in Dearborn Heights, we go to Van Houten Splash Park, and we have bounce houses, the splash park. We've had a trackless train in years past, child ID kits, free hot dogs, and it's $10 a carload. So
Wow.
Bring your cousins, bring your friends, bring your neighbors. And what it does is it brings our local neighbors, and this year it's different. You get to scavenger hunt all through the weekend. Bring your passport that you're going to get stamped or take selfies with at all these area businesses. And you come to the park 4 to 7 on Tuesday, August 7th, Van Houten Splash Park on Silvery Lane in Dearborn Heights.
And that is north of Ford Road.
Yes, it is.
Between Telegraph and Beach Daily.
You are exact. Gary, thank goodness you're here.
Thank you.
Because I am queen of the U-turn. I will find it eventually. I'll just turn around. But that's a super fun time. And it's, August 7th is hot. It actually started 8 years ago. We were in the depths of the recession, and we did it in one day, and it was an all-day thing because so many people were unemployed. And we wanted to do something to give back to the community. Cordy's Collision is our premier sponsor. They help us present this every year. And it really brings people, to their local businesses, maybe that they wouldn't normally see, like Cordy's Collision, but they get to see it. And from a chamber perspective, we're bringing kids into an environment, and some kids will see that and they'll say, wow, I want to work on cars. And other kids will say, wow, I don't want to get dirty. I want to pay someone to work on my car. But they go to pharmacies, banks, and credit unions, and they pick up all sorts of different things. But half the battle of making a sale, of getting people used to you, is having them come in your front door
Get in
sometimes.
the front door. This is part of National Night Out. What is the National Night Out?
Ideally, it came about to get kids involved in the evening on a hot August night and off the streets. So SWAT team vehicles, the fire department, the police department will be there. They'll have all sorts of people to interact with. And it's a great night out. It gets the families out of the house. It's, it's the dog days of summer. It's something great to do.
Well, we're down to about our last 3 minutes. Okay. So
Okay.
we've taken care of part of the summer. Chamber, you talked at the beginning of the show of the annual events you have. After August, the people, what can we look forward to in the fall?
You are, and I didn't even bring this up. You read my mind. So we are bringing a fantastic new art metal sculpture competition to Dearborn. It's a 10-year success story in Lansing. It's called Dearborn Scrap Fest. And what we do is on September 15th, we have room for up to 20 teams. So if you're an artist, a sculptor, if you like repurposing old metals, we meet at Red Metals Recycling. You have to apply to the chamber. And we're going to pit 500 pounds of scrap for each team in 1 hour. And then the teams leave, and they have 2 weeks to fabricate. And they make everything from park benches to sculptures, fire pits, luminaries, all kinds of stuff. Mobiles, it's armillaries, big worlds, it's amazing. And then they drop off their art, and Fairlane Town Center, the Henry Hotel, and a variety of other sites, I'm hoping City Hall Art Space Lofts, are going to house some of this so we can have some public voting for 2 weeks so they can view and have a people's choice. And then Friday, October 12th, we'll have a VIP party. Saturday, October 13th, we'll actually auction those off. So that is super exciting and brand new for the area.
Wow, it sounds pretty interesting.
It's, you know what, and I've seen it in action. I used to do business in Lansing when I was part of Davenport University. It is absolutely fascinating every year of what the sculptors come up with.
Last minute and a half. What else is coming up in the fall besides that art thing and the cutting towards Christmas and as we get farther?
So November 16th, we're going to launch our first Ladies' Night. It's going to be a one-stop, relaxed, wonderful evening for girls and their friends. If they want to come out, and I'll have more details about that as we move forward. That'll be on our website as we roll through the next couple of months. And then our holiday gala, gosh, you caught me short.
It'll be on the website.
It's one of the first Thursdays in December.
It'll be the chamber website again, which is
DearbornAreaChamber.org.
And all the information in a less frenetic sort of form.
You know, you asked me every good question that we could have in this show. Yes, everything is there. And of course, always call me. People can email me, Lovejoy, just like it sounds, Lovejoy, my first initial, at DearbornAreaChamber.org as well.
And for those computer challenged, it is going to be the phone number
of 313-584-6100.
Jackie, it's always a pleasure to have you here because as an interviewer, we love guests who you give a little bit of a tidbit and they, like a marlin with a hook on their mouth, take off and pick out 100 yards of line all at once.
You're very good at what you do, Gare.
Well, thank you very much, Jackie. Get involved with the Dearborn Area Chamber of Commerce. If you have any questions, call Jackie Lovejoy. Last chance for the number.
313-584-6100. Call today.
Yeah. She wants you for the Dearborn Area Chamber. There you go. I'm Gary Gardner, Jackie Lovejoy. See you next time. Bye-bye.